Good afternoon, good morning, good whatever time of day it is for you guys. What's going on? Let's get into final order cutoff for this week. Shout out to everyone who's hanging out already in the chat. We got Travel and Root Beer here. I just created the link this morning, so I was trying to find the video and it wasn't there. Sith Lordly, he is out running errands. And we got Comics Talk Weekly. Coffee and donuts. I mean, if you can virtually send them, come on, send them through the screen. Wesley's Comic Collection is here. Comic Dude, what's going on? We got, Whodat. What's going on, Whodat? And Jason, awesome. Thanks for everyone for being here. We're going to kick things off with Lunar this week. And talk about, I believe this week we should have Scout on the list. So, if I'm not mistaken, yes, we start to get Scout comics on the Lunar final order cutoff. And I think this was a good point brought up by Ultra Maximus last night when he and Phil, Comics Talk Weekly, were doing the FOC on Spine Ticks, is that your store may still be ordering Scout through Diamond, or they might be ordering it through Lunar. So finding out what your store is doing to figure out how their cutoffs would work is a good idea, so that if you try to order by the cutoff on one place, you're not choosing the wrong one. Because these books already were on the Diamond final order cutoff. So just something to keep in mind. So for DC's upcoming FOC, we have Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, Volume 3 hardcover. And just a reminder, DC's FOC is today. Everybody else will be tomorrow. And that means that is the last date in which you can get your orders in for these books. So this is pretty much an omnibus. It's got a $100 price tag on it. Collect Swamp Thing number 51 through 64 and DC Comics Presents number 85. American Vampire 1976 is at number 8 of 10. This is by Scott Snyder and Raphael Albuquerque. It's got a cover B cardstock variant as well here, and Danny does the cover art on that one. What's going on, Bricks? Welcome in, neighbor to the north. Yeah, this is the time to do this show for me. With everything else that we've got, all those other shows coming up today. I don't know if the Power Packer is still regularly streaming, but at least in the evening we've got East Meets West, we've got Team Nerd Herd, we've got Newbies Comics. So I figure this is the time slot that works the best for people just kind of starting their days, learn about the final order cutoff, but also so we're not right on top of all the other shows that are going on. Works out great. So we've also got some Batman and Scooby-Doo mysteries. So nice crossover kind of book here. We got the Joker being a villain here, it looks like. The Batman Fortnite crossover as well, still going on to issue number 4 of 6 here. And thank you, Wes, confirming Power Pack's on. You guys are, time zones. 4:30 Eastern or 5:30 Eastern or 5. It's been a while. My times are off. Let's see. We've got another cover here, a Dan Mora cardstock cover. I don't know who that is, but it kind of looks like Dr. Aphra. Must be a character from Fortnite. And then we had a cover A, a cover B, and then cover D. So I don't know where the cover C is, but they don't have it here. Again, it looks like Dr. Aphra. 5:30 Eastern for the Power Pack. Okay, so I'm thinking 4:30 because that's my time zone. What's going on, Real Rude? This is a 25 copy minimum order, and then it's open orderable beyond that, it looks like. And then moving on with Batman the Detective, number 2 of 6, with Andy Kubert doing the cover and interior arts. Tom Taylor writing this. And of course, this is Batman over in London. So we should probably have some different villains popping up, some new ones maybe. This first issue of the series will reach comics with the updated name Batman the Detective. So I don't know what it was being called before. But maybe they changed the name in the middle of doing this. All right. Moving on, we've got a cardstock variant by Andy Kubert here as well. Great cover with what looks like some Batman in white suits attacking Batman. I have no idea what's happening in this one, but if anybody in the chat, I know Travel and Root Bear is reading this. So if you know what's happening there, let us know. We've got Batman Volume 3 Ghost Stories hardcover. So this is collecting Batman 101 to 105, story from Detective Comics 1027 and Batman Annual number 5. So this is just everything after the Joker War. So this is if you're trying to catch up on James Tynion's run and needing to just get a collected version, here you go. And so, like I said, Scout Comics is now on the lunar final order cutoff. So here we are seeing the second printing of Black Cotton number 1 being on here, as well as Black Cotton number 2 of 6 being on here. So available for the first time on lunar. So this is your time to get that if you missed putting that order in when it was on Diamond's final order cutoff. It's Batman the Detective, but originally they were going to call it Dark Knight. Probably best that they changed it. Yeah. So he's going to pick that up in a trade. Okay. It's good to know. I don't always follow DC the best. Of course, you know, my main pickups are indies with some Marvel in there. But that's why it's good to have you guys in the community also chiming in on what you're picking up for final order cutoff, what you're trying to make sure you've got ordered, and then what you're reading, because that helps me better understand what we're looking at. So this one right here, Challenge of the Super Sons, is at number 2 of 7. We've got Simone DeMeo doing the art on that cover, and it's very much his art style. Peter Tomasi writing, and Max Raynor and Jorge Corona on the art on the interiors. Of course, we got Superboy back being younger with Robin there. And a cover B cardstock variant by Nick Bradshaw with lots of villains in the background here. We got Fourth World by John Byrne, an omnibus here, $75 retail price. And I thought we were done with Future State, but it's continuing. So the event that was DC Future State continues in its own ongoing title starring the Bat family, beginning with the epic story Hunt the Batman. Disaster strikes Gotham City and all evidence points to the next Batman. Red Hood must choose justice over his family and allies when the corrupt magistrate enlists him to bring in the new Batman, dead or alive. So this is from the Future State Batman titles. It's a black and white series. So we have art by Giannis Milonogiannis. I probably just butchered that. Joshua Williamson, Dennis Culver on the writing, and Yasmin Putri on the cover here. So we thought we were done with Future State, but it looks like it's sticking around, and we're going to have an ongoing story with that. What's going on, Justin? How you doing? Happy Sunday. Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested. I'm probably not going to read it, but it's interesting that they're trying to keep this Future State story going. And they found what was the popular story from Future State, and they're keeping that piece going. We've got a cardstock cover here with art by James Stokoe. We've got a trade paperback for Future State, The Next Batman, which seems to be where some of this storyline is going to start pulling from. We have The Joker number 3 here. Of course, James Tynion writing this as well. Guillaume March and Mirka Andolfo doing art. Mirka's art is on the backup story, the story about Punchline. And Sam Johns helps write that story with James. This is a cool Joker cover here. I'm expecting that by the time we get to the end of this Joker story, in the backup Punchline story, Punchline is going to be free. And then we're probably going to get a Punchline solo story. But I could be wrong. We've got a great David Finch card variant here. And a cover C by Gary Frank, which got Punchline on it, which is a really cool cover as well. The 1 in 25 Riccardo Federici cardstock variant has Commissioner Gordon on it. So that's another, I love the art on these. I haven't been collecting them because that's it's another rabbit hole like those designer variants were. So this is kind of the replacement for that. And going forward, they've been doing all of these, but great art. What's going on, Johnny? So moving on, we have Justice League Last Ride number 1. This is a digital first adventure written by Chip Zdarsky and art by Miguel Mendonca. I'm going to butcher that. I'm not even going to try. Derek Robertson doing the cover. Derek Robertson, of course, of The Boys. And of Space Bastards, of course. So, looks like it's kind of an alternate story here. And we've got a cardstock variant here. Superman's moving on to issue number 31 here. Written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, art Scott Galuski, Sammy Basri. It's got a cover B cardstock variant. That's the DC thing, is doing the dollar more and putting it as a cardstock variant. Great art here by In-Huk Lee. Hey, no problem, Johnny. That's what this is here for. This is for you guys to be able to see what is coming up. Ideally, you've looked at previews prior to this point and had an idea, but this is to make sure that you don't miss the titles that you want. Yeah, I figured, Wes, I knew you were in here, so I figured I'd point that out because that's something that you like to collect. Superman Red and Blue, number 3 of 6 here. Of course, another various writers and artists on the interiors here, including we've got Michael Fife, Brandon Thomas, Nick Spencer, Jesse Holland, and James Stokoe doing the writing. Michael Fife, Barat Peck Mezzi, Christian Ward, James Stokoe, and Laura Braga doing the art on the interiors. So a couple of different colors on this one as well, including a Derek Chu cover for cover C. Teen Titans Beast Boy has a hardcover coming out by Kami Garcia. So this was from a best-selling book. So interesting. And then we wrap it up here with Wonder Woman number 772. Becky Cloonan, Michael Conrad, and Jordi Belair on writing. Travis Moore, Paulina Ganucci on art, and Travis Moore doing the cover art for this cover A. And then a cover B cover by, of course, Joshua Middleton, who's been doing a lot of cover Bs for DC. All right. That concludes Lunar for this week's FOC. But let's see. Just to show you guys, next week we've got more Scout coming up on the final order cutoff for DC. So just some things to look forward to here with Lunar getting Scout Comics on board with their final order cutoff. So some good things to look forward to next week. So let's go on and move over to the previews catalog here. So this is how, if you have set up a pool box with your shop through this, or like we talk about every week, if you are wanting to fire your local comic shop and need a new shop, you can set one up with Aegis Comics of Alaska. Send them an email, admin@aegiscomicsalaska.com, and tell them that you want to set up a pool box and give them your email address. Pretty easy to set up after that. And then you'll see once you sign in to the pool box, you can order, you can subscribe, or if it's something that you want but aren't ready to order yet, you can add to your wish list. So that's why you see those options here. And we'll get started with Image Comics here on the previews website here. So we've got Birthright number 49. I believe this is ending with issue number 50. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I had heard. I could be wrong, though. I haven't been reading this one. Joshua Williamson, Andre Bresson, and Adriano Lucas on the cover art, with a cover B here by EJ Sue. But this is Image has been doing these Asian Pacific American Heritage Month covers. So they had one on the last final order cutoff for Firepower, and here it is for Birthright now. Crossover is getting a volume 1 trade paperback. And I was wrong on Department of Truth, fourth printing being the last one. I figured, where else could they go with the covers? Well, the colors, well, they flipped it. And we're looking at a mostly red cover here. I believe it was more of a mix of red and white on the original cover A. But here we are. Fifth printing of Department of Truth number 1. Again, we saw what's happened to late printings on James Tynion books. So if you're speculating on this series, because we do know it's optioned, this is a book to pick up. Now, the fact that it's been optioned may mean that these later prints do better than Something is Killing the Children's late prints did. But I just keep that in mind, that this is a late printing. We might see it go to 6 prints, given that we saw Something's Killing the Children go there. But it's hard to tell. It's Image. It's not Boom, so they may do things differently with their late printings. Moving on from that, we have Geiger number 2. Geiger number 1 was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Birthright does end at issue number 50. Okay, perfect. Jeff Johns and Gary Frank on this. Really a great story, great start to the story. I can't wait to see what happens, one with Geiger, but two, the the whole casino warlord thing is pretty interesting to me, and that I did not see, that whole storyline I did not see coming. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens there. We have four covers now. Originally there were 3 showing up. So lots of cover art to choose from here. Lots of cool covers. Look at all that. That is awesome. Azrar on the cover here. And the last one, a Frank and Anderson cover with him glowing here, and looks like what would be his family up top. Yeah, I'm on board for this series. For me, it's a great read. I don't know if I want to try to collect all the covers on it, so I'm probably just getting the cover A for this one. But I did get the 3, like cover A, B, and C for issue number 1. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Moving on, Home number 1 is getting a second printing. This was a great story. Also, we don't get to see too much of him developing superpowers, but what we do see is pretty cool. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how Giulio Anta and Anna White, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm going to butcher it, how they take this story. And interestingly, the cover artist here is Lisa Sturl, who is the artist on Witchblood. So that's pretty cool. I did not realize that. Moving on, we've got Ice Cream Man number 24. Of course, W. Maxwell Prince on the writing. We've got Martin Morazzo and Chris O'Halloran on art and cover art. This is awesome looking cover, black and white cover. Telethon. We'll be up all night trying to raise $3.99 to save this guy's life. That's the cover A for Ice Cream Man number 24. And we move into a cover B here by Tiffany Turrell, which has a really nice painted aesthetic here. All of the covers that I've seen for Ice Cream Man have just been amazing. And I haven't been reading it, unfortunately, but I do plan on eventually going back and buying some of the trades and reading through the different stories. It's just one of those that, since I didn't get on it at the beginning, I'm going to go back and catch up on later. Carmen, number 3. We've got, of course, it's written and art by Guillaume March, who, like we were just talking about, is doing Batman and Joker with James Tynion. So it's really cool that he's got his own solo story here that is just phenomenal. Yeah, they hit it right here on the head with he continues to amaze with spectacular storytelling in the 3rd chapter of his moving creation. This book has it all in it. It's got great emotion, great art, and great humor. So it's got the all 3 things going on there. No ratios on this one. There was a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50 for issue number 2. I can double check that though. Let me go Comic Geeks. Let me double check to make sure that I'm not missing something here. All right. Oh, there we go. So let's see. So there's a store variant by Gerald Perel and Dyke Ruan. And it's a double cover, so one on the back, one on the front. But if you missed it on issue number 2, there was a 1 in 25 black and white cover and a 1 in 50 black and white cover. Both, of course, by Guillaume March. Great covers there. Are you guys... Yeah, the art in Carmen number 2 was insane. I know some of you guys are reading Carmen. What have you guys thought about it? Let me know in the chat. I did want to look for one other thing while I was here. Search Geiger to see if I missed anything in terms of variant covers for issue number 2. They only have they have fewer covers than I just showed. So I'm guessing no ratios on this one. No. Perfect. All right, we'll keep moving on from Carmen on over to Outcast, getting a hardcover book number 4 and a trade paperback for volume 8. So I assume this probably collects multiple trade paperbacks given the price tag. But another one that I really enjoyed that came out the same week as Geiger is Silver Coin number 2. So I thought the writer was changing. Yeah, so they've got this wrong. This is wrong. This second story is written by Kelly Thompson. Michael Walsh is continuing to be the artist throughout. Chip Zdarsky wrote the first story, but I believe the second story is written by Kelly Thompson. And then we've got a Lotte variant cover here, which I think connects with the Lotte from issue number 1. So I'm going to be picking up this cover here. Let's see. Way too many variants. Naked lady floating. Yep. That's I think that's why some people are reading it, but if you really are kind of picking up on what's being talked about in it, it is amazing. And yeah, it's a great story. Silver Coin was an awesome story as well. It wasn't as it's not like a jump scare horror or a real spooky horror, but it does have this long, like, you get to the end and you're like, damn, that just happened. So definitely something, if that's the type of horror story that you're interested in, that's a good story to pick up. And then we have a new one here, Time Before Time, number 1 from Declan Shalvey. We've got lots of people on the team here. Rory McConnell also writing, Joe Palmer, Chris O'Halloran on art with a cover by Declan Shalvey. I believe this is time traveling going on here. The year's 2140 and escape a world with no future. Many turn to the Syndicate, a criminal organization who, for the right price, will smuggle you back in time to a better life. After working for the Syndicate for years, Tatsuo and Oscar decide to steal one of their boss's time machines, but soon find out the one thing you can't run from is your past. So it's an ongoing series. It's not set to be a mini series, so keep that in mind. Looper meets Saga. That I think is a great description right there. And I am on board for this one. What's going on, Lewis? One thing also to note, there is a, let me see this. Time Before Time Kickstarter. There is a Kickstarter process edition. So a process book examining the creation of Time Before Time, step by step from idea to finished comic. It has met its goal. So if you are interested in this comic and really want to see how they put it together, there is a Kickstarter for that. You could just get a digital copy of it for 5, looks like euros, I think. I'm not all that great at identifying other currency. Or 15 will get you a physical copy. So just something to keep an eye out on if you decide you really want to get this book, and support straight up to the creators. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's coming up. There's, I think, what was it, 4 issues or 5 issues planned for that? So a couple different artists on that. All right. And then on here we have a John Paul Leon variant cover for issue number 1. I don't think there are ratios on this. No. Though whatever that is, that seems pretty cool. Bog Bodies. Original graphic novel from Declan Shalvey. Huh. That's coming up later, so not on this FOC. Moving on to Dark Horse Comics, we've got The Art of Far Cry 6. We have Black Hammer Visions number 4 of 8. This is a great cover here. Diego Olortegui. They're giving me all the tongue twisters this week. Diego did art for X-23, it looks like. But great art on the cover here, and I'd assume then the interiors are going to look just as cool. And we have a cover B here by Patricia Martin. So all of you Black Hammer fans, we also have a cover C here by Chung. Moving on in Dark Horse, we have Grendel, Devil's Odyssey, number 6 of 8. I know Phil, Comics Talk Weekly, is a Grendel fan, but I don't know if he was picking up this series. I think he might have been passing on it. Nice. What's going on, MacB? Hello from Puffy Jacket. We've got a cover B here for that book as well. And then we have a new story here. House of Lost Horizons, number 1 of 5. Another Mike Mignola story from the world of Hellboy. House of Lost Horizons, a Sarah Jewell mystery. So all of you Hellboy fans, here is another entry into that world. I feel like every other week Mike Mignola has a new series coming out. So I don't know how he is doing that, but that's awesome that he's able to, and that he is keeping that world going strong. So moving on from that, we have the conclusion of Resident Alien Your Rides here. We got 6 of 6. Again, this is the follow-up series to Resident Alien, which does have a TV show ongoing right now. And so this is the conclusion to that. Moving into IDW, we have Kanto and the City of Giants, number 2 of 3. Now, we had issue number 1 of that hit shelves this last week. So this, you've had time to read it now and decide if you want to continue the series. So make sure you let your shop know if you are trying to continue it. It has a 1-in-10 ratio here by Sebastian. Zucker is the incentive artist. That's the main cover artist there. And last time they had a couple other ratios. They don't on this one, but hey, that's pretty cool for Chained to the Grave. That's not what's coming out this week, though. We have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, number 281, cover A and cover B here. The cover B is by Freddie Williams II, who does the art for The Bequest, and I can really tell that that's his art right there. So that's pretty cool. Marvel Action Spider-Man is on issue number 2 here. With looks like we've got Scorpion versus Spider-Man in a game of basketball. There is a ratio on this one. Adriana Florian doing the ratio there. What lurks in the gym? Looks like it's Scorpion. Let's check in on you guys in the chat. Thank you all for hanging with us today and being here for the Final Order Cutoff show. We're about halfway, maybe a little bit more through. We'll keep it going, and then we'll wrap it up and see what you guys are looking to pick up. My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, number 98 on here, with a cover B by, if it wants to load, Justa Suta. never heard of that artist before, but pretty cool art. And then, of course, the issue everyone's been waiting for from IDW, TMNT, The Last Ronin, number 3 of 5. It's been a long time since issue number 1 came out, so it's long overdue for issue number 3. And of course, this is the final order cutoff, but it doesn't hit shops still till May 26th. So it's still over a month away till we get The Last Ronin number 3. This is a lot later than most books will come out that are on final order cutoff this week. I think this might be because they don't want to mess up like they did with issue number 1. So they're giving plenty of time from cutoff to distribution in order to make sure that there isn't any issues there. There's probably a ratio on this. 1 in 10 by Freddie Williams, the second, who I was just talking about. Great art. I really like that cover, and I'm not continuing to read this series, but really cool cover on the 1 in 10. And okay, no 1 in 25 or anything on this one. Just goes to 1 in 10. And then we've got Transformers Escape, number 4 of 5. We've got two covers here. Let's see if there is a ratio on this one or not. There is a 1 in 10 by Red Powell. And I bet there's probably not a 1 in 25. There's not. Oh, they got a B, and a 1 in 25 ratio incentive. So DC, we already talked about, and I don't ever really trust that these books are going to match what is in Lunar. From what I heard from Aegis Comics, if I were to say order on one of these books, they would have to cancel that order because they cannot actually order the DC books through Diamond. So you can click order all you want, but you're not going to get the book if you put an order through previews for the DC books. For whatever reason, they show up on here, but you cannot order them through Diamond. So just something that keep in mind if you do use the Poolbox service at your shop. What's going on? Sith is back from running errands. He doesn't sleep. Never. Moving on then to Marvel Comics. Beta Ray Bill 1 of 5 is getting a second printing. Computer seems to be running extra slow right now. Wow. And then it doesn't load the image. An error has occurred. Did I just break previews? Well, no, I guess it's just that one. Nope, there we go. I don't know what previews is doing. We got, of course, the sideways cover here with Beta Ray Bill walking. Daniel Warren Johnson doing the cover art and who does the interior art as well. So that's probably an interior panel from issue number 1. We've got Black Cat number 6. This one's continuing. Let's see if there is any other covers on Black Cat. There is not. So we'll keep moving. We've got a trade paperback volume 1, which should collect issues 1 through 4. Plus it has something from X-Men to Serve and Protect number 4, which is from 2011. Not sure why, but there we are. Black Panther, I think, is the big Marvel book this week. So as you can see on the screen, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 covers that are not ratio just off the bat for this book. So this book is the last issue of Black Panther number 25. I think this one's going to be a hot cover. Gleason putting his touch on a Black Panther cover. We have several Stormbreakers variants here. So we've got Natasha Bustos cover here. We have a Cabal cover. We have a Carnero cover, a Cassara cover, a Coelho cover. This one looks pretty cool. Yeah, I love that one. I like the stained glass kind of effect here on this one. But yeah, this is the final issue of Coates' landmark run on Black Panther. So something to watch for. Here's the peach cover as well. Let me go here to just kind of see what they show as the covers here. Hey, Caroline. Perfect timing. Where is this Black Panther series? Why do they make this so hard to find? So it'll be Black Panther 2019, I would think. Marvel. Let's see. Here we go. 2018 to present. Issue 25. So they don't list any other covers beyond what we just saw. Except for maybe that one. The Sprat variant. That looks awesome. So yeah, so this seems to be Marvel's big book of the week. So if you're a Black Panther fan, this is your week. Lots of books for you. Children of the Atom is moving on to issue number 3 here. The origin of the Children of the Atom will be revealed. And Conan the Barbarian is getting issue number 21. So this is staying strong. I know this is a Gary B book right here. He's a big Conan fan. And I've heard the story with Conan in the Marvel universe has been pretty good. Especially Savage Avengers going on too. So something to keep an eye on if you are a fan of all of that. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 2 trade paperback is coming out, collecting number 6 through 10. Fantastic Four, number 32, we are getting the wedding of Dr. Doom and some love stuff with Human Torch. So lots of stuff going on in this issue, but here is the Bride of Doom. This is a great peach cover for this one. I like what she did here with the colors. Ron Lim doing a variant here as well, with her face covered up. And of course, a Scotty Young cover. No big event is complete without Scotty Young putting his touch on it. Of course, it's kind of revealing who the Bride of Doom is, but I don't think it's been a secret per se as to who that was going to be. We have, with everything going on in Amazing Spider-Man, we have a giant size Amazing Spider-Man King's Ransom number 1 that it looks like is pulling the events from what's happening in the main story into this issue. Kingpin's quest violating natural laws, Tombstone and Robbie Robertson's years-old enmity, Randy Robertson and Beatles' timeless love, Boomerang's scheme, and Spider-Man's whole status quo. There is a variant for this, but it is not revealed yet. And yeah, that's it for that. Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 14. We had 13 having showing us some new team members for the Guardians of the Galaxy. And we had half of the team split to do one thing, half to do another. And Dr. Doom is joining the team, is from what it sounds like. That's going to be very interesting. I stopped reading Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think this is a cool thing that they're doing here. I believe this connects either issue 13 connected with this or 13, 14, 15 connect, but connecting covers one way or another. And there's a Heroes Reborn. Oh no, this is actually, hold on. Let me double check. There's a Ryan Gonzalez variant cover here. I don't know what ratio this will be, but I love the colors on this. This is awesome. Let me see if there are any other variants. There are not, from what I can tell. So Heroes Reborn is on issue number 2 of 7 on the Cutoff. Issue 1 hasn't hit shelves yet, so we're not sure if people are going to like it or not, but here we are going on to issue number 2. I'd expect that because of that, the ordering for issue 2 should be lower, because there's no way to judge popularity of this until issue 1 hits the shelves. What's going on, Hoodrat? How are you doing? Happy Sunday. I think the thing that's going to be the hit from all of this, though, is these Bagley trading card variants. With how popular trading cards, especially the Marvel cards, recently have been, these are probably the covers to look out for. We had 2 of them, I think, for issue number 1, just 1 showing up for this issue. And then we have a Natasha Bustos Stormbreaker variant here. A action figure variant here, no art yet. And then a tie-in to Heroes Reborn, Hyperion and the Imperial Guard, number 1. You see who's on this team in the background. Quick mission to the negative zone. What awaits Hyperion, Gladiator, and the rest is horror and agony beyond their wildest nightmares. Also includes a preview of the new spin-off series, The Starjammers. So more tie-ins to this whole Heroes Reborn thing. I'm not really picking up Heroes Reborn, but I'm hoping someone is picking it up so I can hear how it is. And if it's really good, I will go back and I will pick it up and read it. But I'm very hesitant with this. There is a cover B here. It looks like it's got Peter Parker on the cover, taking pictures. We also have Heroes Reborn, Peter Parker, Amazing Shutterbug. No cover art for A or the cover B by Greg Land yet. But of course, that's going to be centered on Peter Parker. I don't think he's Spider-Man at all in this. I could be wrong, but or maybe he is Spider-Man, but he doesn't call himself Spider-Man. There's something different about how he is in this world. Moving on, we've got a hardcover for Hulk collection here and a art of Lionel Francis Yu trade paperback. And then I think this is something to watch right here. We have the Marvel Masterworks is getting a kind of a redo here. The mighty Marvel Masterworks, Amazing Spider-Man, Great Power, graphic novel trade paperback with a Michael Cho cover here, collecting what looks like 1 through 9 of Amazing Spider-Man, 1 through 10 of Amazing Spider-Man, and material from Amazing Fantasy 15. So the whole first bit of Spider-Man. I'm really, really excited for this one. I'm going to pick up this right here because this is, you have Amazing Fantasy on the cover. So I'm excited to actually be able to read through these stories. I don't have a lot of reprints from these stories, so haven't ever really gotten to read the first bit of Spider-Man. So now is my chance to do that. We have a Miles Morales trade paperback for Volume 1, of Miles Morales Spider-Man, collecting 1 through 6. Power Pack getting a trade paperback as well for the recent series 1 through 5. Silk number 1 is getting a reprint. It looks like just a recoloring of issue number 1's cover. Silk in gray instead of red here. Probably gonna pass on that, but that's I liked issue number 1, so I'm gonna continue the series. Issue 2 should be coming out very soon, and here is issue number 3 on Final Order Cutoff. This is our villain here. Her spider sense going off. I like this. A classic Spider-Man villain's going to set his sights on Silk as well. I'm sad that we're only getting 5 issues of Silk, but I'm hoping that brings her popularity back up enough that we will see more of her. Yeah, neat Spider-Man collection for sure. Spider-Man Spider Shadow number 2 of 4 is on Cutoff. This is written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Pascal Ferry. This is like a what if Peter Parker became Venom, and so instead of him just having the symbiote suit, he actually becomes Venom, and what kind of frights and haunts is that going to cause? There is a Bustos variant for this as well. That is an awesome cover. This is probably a 1 in 10 or 1 in 25, or maybe even a 1 per store. And this is, look at it, the way they have the what if thing there. This is definitely Marvel's new way of doing what if stories without it being a persistent what if storyline. And single issues, we're getting mini series to explore these ideas even more. Spider-Woman is on to issue number 12 here. And past that, we start getting into some Star Wars. We have issue number 13, which includes a prelude to the War of the Bounty Hunters, The Hunt for Han. This is in shops May 12th. With this, we have, of course, a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. This is an Imperial Dignitary on the cover here. And then there is a Crimson variant of issue A. So I'm thinking they're doing these Crimson variants for everything involving the War of the Bounty Hunters. There is a Sprouse Empire Strikes Back variant as well. And a Dodson variant here as well. So the Dodson's probably the ratio variant. And that looks pretty cool. Yeah, so that's all the covers there. That'll be 5 covers total for this issue. Looking here, we got some trade paperbacks for Darth Vader. And then we have High Republic number 5 by Kevin Scott and Ario Anandito with a cover by Phil Noto. This has been fun to read, exploring a whole different part of Star Wars. That's why I really have liked this, is because it is stuff that we don't get to normally see. Yeah, I kind of just backed off a lot on Marvel because I'm reading so many indie titles, but I think that Spider Shadow probably is a good read. So might be something I'll pick up trade paperback later on. But with this, there's probably a 1 in 25. Is a Chang variant. No art yet showing up. Just to double check. Nothing else. Thor, God Butcher Volume 1. So Thor God of Thunder number 1 through 5. So that gives us Gore the God Butcher storyline starting there. X-Corp number 1. This is the big new X-Men book coming out May 12th. And it's like the business side of everything going on with the X-Men and Krakoa. This is led by Monet St. Croix and Warren Worthington. They definitely, their non X-Men names are definitely business sounding, so I think they're the perfect people to lead that. Let's see if we have any other covers here. There is a Schmidt variant that's got to be a ratio. A Muller design variant. It's got the pill. And well, let's see. Yeah, no, there's that second one was definitely a ratio. The knock is not. The design probably is. And then we should see the Scotty Young variant here. Essentially, Wolverine telling Angel he can't wear a suit because he's not wearing an actual costume. I just love what Scotty Young does with the covers and the kind of the fake dialogue stuff that he puts up on there too. We also have X Factor number 9, so that's continuing and getting the band back together. We got Polaris there on the cover. Yeah, that will wrap up Marvel. Like I said, I think Black Panther is the big one from Marvel this week, with it concluding. From Dynamite, we've got some boys trade paperbacks. It looks like these are signed too. So signed by Derek Robertson. Interesting. Of course, Red Sonja, we've got Invincible Red Sonja, number 1. We have Red Sonja, the Superpowers, number 5. We have a bunch of covers for that. We have Vampirella versus Purgatory, number 3. We got a Derek Chu cover. Lots of other covers. I think Danny, Travel and Root Beer, you were reading Vampirella versus Purgatory. So there's your book there. All right, so moving into Boom. We have Firefly, Blue Sun Rising hardcover volume 2. We have Firefly, brand new verse number 3 of 6. I really enjoyed issue number 1. So I am looking forward to issue number 2, which should be, I think, maybe it's coming out this week. And then this will be on Cutoff this week as well. We have a cover B by Veronica Fish here. It's cool art. Boom likes to do ratios. So here's a 1 in 25 copy incentive by Danny. And a 1 in 50 copy incentive for Danny as well. Let's see, do they show? They do not show. Often there's a black and white 1 per store kind of cover from Boom Books. So another thing to look for with that one. Magic the Gathering is hitting issue number 2. I enjoyed issue number 1 and I knew nothing about Magic. I know, Wes, you've been very excited for this series. So here's issue number 2 coming up. I'm really looking forward to reading more from this series. We've got more Planeswalker variants here. Again, it's going to be what looks like a pack where you could get 1 of 3 covers. I'm not seeing cover art showing up here for the others. So this is one of them. Michael Walsh, who's doing Silver Coin, is one of the possible artists. Let's see. We've got a green sketch cover with purple on the first one. We have a 1 in 10 again from Iguara, the interior artist. That's great. The same on issue number 1, there was a 1 in 10 that looked just like this, but with a different character. Gail New doing the art for the 1 in 25. That one's a dope cover. I like that. And then 1 in 50 virgin version of that. See if we go to a 1 in 100. We do go to a 1 in 100 again. A cover by In-Huk Lee like they did on the last 1 in 100. I'm hoping that's it. That is it. So lots of covers for Magic number 2. So all you Magic fans, the Vraska cover, I'm assuming that's this one here. The Planeswalker cover. I was going to see real quick if I could pull up this and see if they show the other art for number 2. Does not look like we have the other hidden Planeswalker variants revealed at this point. So just something to be aware of, that they're going to be hidden like before, and we will be unsure of which one you're pulling from the bag. Moving on, Mighty Morphin number 7. We have an In-Huk Lee cover A. We have a Carlini cover B. We have a blank sketch cover, and then knowing how these books usually go, this will be a 1 in 10 that is a virgin of the cover A. We will have a 1 in 25 that's a virgin of the cover B. And we will have a Peach Momoko. Nope, Montez. So I think the Peach covers ended. So here's a 1 in 25 that's got Goni Montez doing cover art here. And then 1 in 50 should be a virgin of that cover. Yep. So I've kind of figured out the Power Ranger formula for covers. But great covers. I'm just not reading that. The cover B is like the legacy numbering cover, which has the old Power Rangers logo on it. So if that's your style and your thing, that's one to look for. We have a hardcover called graphic novel, The Princess Who Saved Herself. This is for fans of T-Dragon Society and Zeta the Space Girl, neither of which I have heard of. It seems to be probably a younger reader targeted story here. Awesome independent young kid who lives with her pet snake and plays rock and roll all day to the huge annoyance of the classical guitarist Witch who lives down the road. Definitely seems for young readers, but interesting book. Now this one, issue 2 was just as awesome as issue number 1. We've got issue 3 of Proctor Valley Road on Final Order Cutoff. Cover A by Naomi Franquise, who does the interior arts. Cover B by Christopher Wildgoose right here. That is really awesome. I believe all of these cover Bs are connecting, so that's something to look at if you're picking up all the covers. The cover C, 1 in 10 from Christian Ward. Fantastic as with all of them. I'm glad that they have him doing the 1 in 10 art on these because I love it. And then we have a 1 in 25 by James Herron. James Herron, I believe, is the artist on Ultra Mega. So if that art looks familiar to you there, that's why. This is a really dope cover. And I'm loving what they're doing with this story. So I'm all on board for this. There's usually some sort of one per store type of cover for this. So be on the lookout for that as well. 7 Secrets is on to issue number 8. Tom Taylor, Danielle DiNicuolo. I love the return of this series. I believe we're going to be seeing this go to, from what I heard originally, it was going to be 12 issues, but if it maybe it'll continue afterwards. We know there's a kind of a set end for Casper though, because how he starts the story is telling us that he's dead. So can't continue after that. Cover B art by Vincenzo Riccardi. That's pretty cool right there. And we should have some ratios as well. A 1/10 by Miguel Micardo. So this is one of the holders or something like that. A 1/25, that is a version of the cover B. And I just full screened on myself there. I don't think there should be any others. There are not any other ratios there. So usually 7 Secrets sticks to 1/25 at the max. Something interesting, if you guys go to Geeky Guy Comics Instagram page, you will see a petition to get 7 Secrets into a hardcover with one of the like suitcases as a way of selling it in that kind of manner. And this was actually something that he talked with Ross Ritchie about doing, and that they may consider it if it gets enough popularity. So if you want 7 Secrets released in a briefcase kind of manner as a hardcover, go find his page, Geeky Guy Comics, and share that post and comment that you'd want in. What's going on, Hyper? What's going on? Moving into comics and graphic novels, so all of our other indie comics hiding in here. Essentia is hitting issue number 5. I read issue number 1. I have issue number 3. I missed 2. I don't remember anything being like this in issue number 1. So I don't know what's happening here. I need to catch up on everything because this looks like it's gotten a little wild. And then they have a nude version of that cover. So don't remember that being a part of the story. Moving down, we have Bloodshot trade paperback from Valiant. We have Destiny New York #1 getting a second printing variant here with our main character Logan here and her cat. I believe his name was Brody. This is a great book. I really enjoyed issue number 1. I've been talking with Pat Shand. We're going to have him on the channel at some point soon. This was a really good read. I'm looking forward to issue number 2 coming out. So I'm going to pick up this second printing here. Moving on down, we have Engine Ward #10 from Vault Comics. I know Caroline was reading this one. This is one that I think once it hits a kind of a 12-issue trade paperback or something like that, I'm going to pick up, or 2 6-issue ones and read through it all together. But I've heard really good things about Engine Word from Vault Comics. Another one from Vault, we have Heavy #6. All the cover Bs have had this black and red style cover here. I really like that, but I haven't been picking this one up. Max Bemis is doing the writing on this. If I remember correctly, he is a lead singer of, I want to say Anything or something like that. Somebody else can let me know if I'm wrong there, but I think that's who that is. From Aftershock, we've got Maniac of New York #4. It looks like our Maniac Harry has found himself a gun, so watch out. He is the end of issue number 3 was a little crazy, and if it keeps that tone into this issue, we've got a lot that's going to happen. I think this might be wrapping up with 6 issues, but or not 6, but 5 issues. It did not put the rest of it there. Yeah, issue 5 will be in shops in June, and yeah, that'll conclude that story. but it's been an interesting story. Moving on, we have Arrow Psyche number 3 from Ablaze, written in art by Maria Lovett. Adjusting Franny cover A here. I love Franny's art, so that's awesome to see. Maria Lovett doing the cover B. John Royal with the cover C here, which is really great. Actually, this reminds me of like a J. Scott Campbell kind of cover. And then, of course, here is our homage cover. We've got Breakfast Club right here. Sabine Rich, of course, she did the Harry Potter one. She did the Pulp Fiction one. And so she's continuing these homage covers. That might be enough to get me to pick up the series. I've got issue 1 from Sith and the Harry Potter homage, and then I picked up the Pulp Fiction one. So I might have to pick this one up too, just for that purpose. But here's something that I think is you really don't want to miss this. From Mad Cave Studios, we have Nottingham number 1. It's gone to a 3rd print. I don't know if I've seen a Mad Cave book ever go to a 3rd print. And this is a great story. I did a review of issue number 1 and issue number 2 on the channel, so go check those out if you haven't already. But yeah, this is great. Issue 2 is also getting a 2nd print. So something to be on the lookout for. This has been a very dark story. Thinking, Robin Hood a little bit, but way darker. So I've been enjoying that one. So I always recommend it when I get the chance to talk about it. Project Patron is on to issue number 2. This is from Aftershock Comics. I didn't pick this up, but it sounded like an interesting premise in that we have a superhero kind of person who ends up saving the world, but he dies. And when he does that, they create almost like an automaton version of him that is controlled by a team. Someone on that team dies, and now things are kind of going into a little bit of chaos. So we'll see what happens with that. This is one I think I plan on picking up as a trade later on. This is one that looks like it's going to be interesting. From Fantagraphics Books, we have Red Room number 1 from Ed Piskor. I never say his name. This just, looking at the cover alone, I say this is awesome. But he's creator of Hip Hop Family Tree and X-Men Grand Design. It's a monthly comic book series, specially priced, self-contained, double-sized debut issue. It's cyberpunk, outlaw, splatterpunk masterpiece. Like, this just, looking inside, looks like a fun thing to read. I love the art on this. I'm in 100% on this one. So something to look for. It does have a 1-in-5 ratio incentive variant, which looks really cool. And then a 1-in-12 incentive ratio variant by another artist, Jim Rugg. Not as big of a fan of this one here, but I do like that cover B incentive 1-in-5. So I might try to get those. I did skip one other that I think is one to watch for. A cover D 1-in-20 ratio incentive variant by Peach Momoko. So Peach is on the cover here, doing the cover art here. This is so her style. This is where she shines. So for me, this is a book I want to try to get. We have Resistance Uprising number 2 from AWA Upshot, artists, writers, and artisans. This follows the previous Resistance series. So this is volume 2. But I've heard really good things about this, and a different kind of superhero story with Army of Reborns. So definitely something to watch for from AWA Upshot, who is a smaller publisher. So again, some of those books go beyond people's notice, and then they heat up later on just because of the fact that they get optioned or something. And it's better to read the story and be ahead of on all of that. Savage is hitting number 4. This is from Valiant. It seems like a Conan-like character. Again, Max Bemis. So it is Max Bemis is the guy from Say Anything, because he wrote Worst X-Men Ever. I remember that. So it is ending here on issue number 4. Scout's Honor is hitting its last issue here, issue number 5. Of course, we had David on the show just recently, within the last 2 weeks. This book has just been amazing. I have loved every second of it. I loved what happened in the last issue, and the twists that we've gotten. And I'm very excited to see how the story wraps up, how Kit's story concludes here, and how kind of the friendship between Kit and Dez ends up going at the end. Because I can see that ending in one of 2 ways. One, a little bit sadder than the other, but I think either way it's concluded, it will be an excellent end to that series. So if you haven't been reading Scout's Honor, go pick it up and get reading. We have here also from Aftershock. This is a big Aftershock week. I think this is the 4th one. Scout's Honor being the 3rd. Silver City number 1. This is a new one written by Olivia Quartero Briggs and Luca Merli on the art, with a cover by Roberta Ingranata. When a young roughneck lands in Silver City, the gritty purgatorial metropolis of the afterlife, she must adapt to her new existence while attempting to uncover how and why she died. Her mission's derailed when she rescues a newly dead girl from a mysterious kidnapping attempt and discovers powerful kinetic abilities. Welcome to Silver City, where the sun never rises and nothing ever changes until now. So, interesting look at the afterlife, and good take on that. And we know Aftershock tends to do a ratio for issue number 1. So here it is. David Lopez on the incentive ratio, 1:15. Pretty cool, mostly black and whitish kind of cover with maroon coloring in there on her tattoos and the cover there, or the text for the cover. So moving on from that, we're getting close to the end here. We have Space Bastards number 5. Of course, guys, you know I've been talking about Space Bastards. We will be having Joe Aubrey and Eric Peterson on the channel April 26th. We're very excited for that interview. Caroline and Lewis and Danny will be joining us because they they popped on my stream when we were just kind of doing I was just hanging out for my birthday. They hopped on and we were just talking about books we picked up. We all picked up Space Bastards number 4, and we all kind of showed it on screen at the same time. And Eric Peterson and Joe Aubrey both saw the video and were super excited that we all were showing off their book. And so we started talking to them, and they said they want to come talk with us. So that will be happening April 26th at, I believe, 9 p.m. Eastern time. But this does have cover art, because I have found it. So let me see if I can show you guys that. Okay, they don't even show that there is an issue 5. So League of Comic Geeks is Not doing a good job today. Images. Here it is. So here's the cover art for issue number 5 from Space Bastards. What does that look like that says number 5? That is a really blurry image. Yeah, I feel like when he first brought it up, it was the Nikolai voice he was still doing there. Yeah, Space Bastards is such a solid book. So it was so much so that I went and I bought the hardcovers from the Kickstarter. They're going to be doing another Kickstarter at some point for volumes 3 and 4. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Robertson's art has been fantastic on it. The story has been fantastic. The interesting thing about the Kickstarter volumes is volume 1 has only issue 1 and 2 in it, but it has a whole lot of other stuff in it. Extra stories that do feature other artists. And I think that's a pretty cool way to do the Kickstarter stuff. So it isn't really that expensive to pick those up. And then, yeah, volume 1 and volume 2 had some backup stories, it's almost like delving more into the world and learning more about some of the background characters or side characters. So pretty cool thing. Yeah, the covers, you gotta shout out Humanoids for using good printing quality on those books. Fantastic. And then finally happening from Black Mass Comics, we have White number 1. This is a follow-up to Black, which this is really great timing because other than finding issue number 1 for Black, I have everything from Black volume 1 on into Black AF and Black Devil's Due. So I have some reading to do to catch up before White starts, but I gotta hunt down issue number 1 and then I will be able to do that. And like Hyper's saying here, it is limited to 2,500 copies each. So I have this on my pull list with Aegis. I also have it on my pull list with my shop in case one of them for some reason doesn't get it. I wanted to make sure that still happened because I want to read this. So we'll see what happens with all of that. It is interesting that they're limiting it in such a way. I don't know why they're doing that. Yeah, indie publishers know how to print quality quality products. It's amazing. What's going on, Andy? How you doing? What do you got for this week? What are your top picks? We're almost wrapped up here. So actually, yeah, that does wrap us up. I'm curious which books you have on your list, Andy. I know you posted your overall picks, but you always have a good top 3, I feel like. But something I was going to look at here. So new releases this week. Do you want to show this here? Well, that's interesting. Avatar Press is releasing that whole series, it looks like. Absolution. Let me see. It should be on here now. Here we are. So You Promised Me Darkness is officially showing up again in the new releases. So this week, April 21st, You Promised Me Darkness number 1 will be on shelves at your LCS. It is sold out at the distributor level. It is sold out on Behemoth's website. It's sold out on most online websites. So definitely you gotta call your LCS and let them know that you want this book. It is the best-selling black and white comic in many years, I believe since The Walking Dead. So this is, and I dropped a review for it this morning. I love this book. We got to talk to Damien last week. So if you haven't watched the review or seen the interview, go check those out after this. It's cool that I've gotten to talk to him and gotten to know him a little bit. As we've kind of been ramping up to the release of his book, he is so excited that it's doing so well, and it's really cool to see that side of things. And this I don't know where it's going to show up. If it's going to be, oh, what did I just do? No idea how I did that. This, I think, is also the cover to watch for if your shop has this. The 1 in 5 copy, the Nuria cover, which is the cat's name, by Anna Shadowcat. She does the translations for the book. The book does not come across as a translated book, so it really is very well done. And this cover is my favorite because the cat's on there. But honestly, all these covers are excellent. I believe Damien does all of these. I'm not sure. This one he did not do. Luisina Modica did this one. And you can tell it's a different art style. These are more his art style right here. And there's a lot of store covers as well. Some still are available, so be sure to check that out. But I know some of you were having questions about when this actually was coming out, and it is set for this week again. So we got Andy's picks here: Silver City, White, and Home second print. Perfect. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Silver City, White. I'm probably not getting the second print for Home. I liked Home, but I'm trying to limit my second print buying. But I see why that would be on there. And what did you say? Time Before Time is the wild card. Yeah, I like that. This looks like this will be an interesting story. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, sometimes I do really well. Sometimes I just butcher it. So you never know what you're going to get. What do we got here? Yeah. The cutoff is today. So if overall shops haven't put in orders for the 2,500, they could still, the cutoff's tomorrow. They can still put that order in. So make sure that they do that for you. All right. That wraps up final order cutoff. Just scroll through. This is also so remember Scout Comics hasn't been showing up too well on Diamond's FOC. So here is a Scout book coming out next week, Unicorn #1. We have another Behemoth book, Vietnam Horror, that is going to come out this week. So another one that is awesome. I really liked issue #1, and I'm looking forward to issue #2. Another thing I do want to tell you guys that Nathan from Behemoth told me is that Behemoth Comics will be on final order cutoff very soon. Diamond's finally trying to be better, I guess, to them. And so we should see Behemoth Comics showing up on the final order cutoff list very soon. They don't have a set date that's going to happen, but it is coming. So something to look forward to with what Diamond's doing. They probably are realizing they have to play a little bit nicer with the indie retailers, or they're going to lose them. Scout's already gone over to Scout's going to go over to Lunar, and we see them on Final Order Cutoff there. But we have Scouts still in Diamond as well. Rumor has it we might just get that 7 Secret Suitcase. I told everybody to go over to Geeky Guy's Instagram page and share the post and comment and show the love for that. So I hope we do. That's an awesome idea. I like that Scott Shelf had made his own 3D printed one. That was also really good. But yeah, other things this week I'm looking forward to. I Walk with Monsters, number 5. Girls of Dimension 13. Yeah. The Bequest hitting issue number 2. I just watched the Prequest. Aftershock did a D&D campaign with the creators and some other people. There was a prequest to the Bequest, and that was super fun. So having played and been on the D&D YouTube, I thought that was pretty cool to watch them do that for the book and have that. Boom. We've got Layla Starr. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr number 1 coming out. Lots of good covers with that one as well. Spectre and Spectres hitting issue number 3. That's what happened. So this one, I had asked what happened with this. Yeah, I did see you were on the Spine Ticks account. I saw you on there dropping comments at the beginning, and then I think it was just like a wall of like Facebook comments that popped up, which is interesting. They've found a way to get all of the comments from other platforms to show up on YouTube also. So that might be something for you to look into for Spine Ticks and Twitch. To get the Twitch comment showing up on YouTube and the YouTube comment showing up on Twitch. But this, I thought something happened and this was not coming out. Or from my understanding, we asked Ross about this and he said it got allocated. But for whatever reason, the date that it was originally supposed to come out, it looks like did get moved. So this should be coming out this week. This is the hardcover of Volume 1 of Wind, which I had ordered from my shop, and I just thought maybe they didn't get it, but maybe it's still coming. So that's awesome news. I'm glad to see that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just scrolling through here. But Final Order Cutoff is, we've talked about that. That's done. We got Radiant Black coming this week. Stray Dogs number 3. Definitely pick that up, guys. And the Annabelle horror movie variant. Ultra Mega. Lots of good reads coming up this week. So lots of things to look out for. If you want to see a full rundown of all of that, go to Newbie Comics tonight, where I don't know if he's still here, but Hyper Combo Comics will be on there with Newbie, FaceTime, and they'll be talking about what comes out this week. Let's see what else is going on in there. Yeah, absolutely. Aftershock's been doing a great job recently with everything. And like I said, Scouts Honors, one of my top reads. So I was very happy we got to talk with David. The Bequest team, that would be an interesting team to talk to as well, especially with them doing their D&D campaign. That was pretty cool. So lots of cool things coming out of Aftershock. I just love all these indie publishers is really the thing. I like what they're all doing. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. So thank you everyone for watching. Catching this on the rewind if you weren't watching live. Appreciate all of you. And let's see, before I conclude, what are you saying here? Aftershock is killing it. Still hold Boom as number one, but Aftershock close behind. Yeah, I'm with Boom. For me, Boom, Behemoth, Aftershock, and Vault in particular are way up there. Image obviously is a solidified, high quality, high content publisher. But as far as looking then at the smaller publishers, Boom is obviously the highest of those because they're putting out more content than other publishers right now. But Vault, Aftershock, Behemoth right behind them. I love all of these publishers because they've got lots of good stories coming from them. So with that, oh yeah, and Ablaze, some interesting stuff that's come out recently. That's Arrow Psyche is through Blaze. So yeah, with that, I'm going to leave you guys with FOC. Woody. FOC. Enjoy the rest of your